Hi everyone, this is Heather Lockton from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 377. Let me ask you, are you strapped for time? Or wait, no, you have too much time on your hands, right? You have all of the time in the world. I own time. Time management is one of my favorite topics. It's really just about controlling what you do next. And really, it's not about time management, it's about managing yourself. So I am super into productivity tips and currently playing on the podcast right now. Do you listen to the Flourish Academy podcast? Because Mara and I are really proud of it. We have a lot of fun and the content is really good. Right now, we're working our way through Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, and the subtitle says 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time. Do you procrastinate? Why do you procrastinate? I mean, there's several reasons. One of the most common reasons is you're just not sure what to do next. And again, time management is about controlling what it is you do next. So my quick productivity tip for today is for you to clean your office. Clean up your space, clean up your computer, clean up your files, clean up a junk drawer. Just straighten something up because physical clutter leads to mental clutter. I am insane about this. Just ask my kids. I will walk into their rooms. I learned this from this book, by the way. And I will say, what kind of person lives here? What kind of person thinks it's okay to live this way? And by the way, I pull that maneuver on myself all of the time. My office, which you see every day, is generally picked up. It always looks like this, as does the rest of my house, because I am so focused on my work and doing what I love that I don't want physical clutter to mess up my mind. So I clean everything up all the time. But if my desk does get away from me, I will ask myself, what kind of person works here? Does this look like the desk of a successful person, or does a loser work here? And if the answer is loser, then I'm going to pick things up and clean them up and make it look like a successful person works there. Look at your desk and your environment right now. What does it say to you? What kind of person works or lives in that environment? And I heard this quote the other day I really liked, and I can't remember who said it or where it came from, but he said, whatever you don't hate, you will eventually tolerate. So a lot of us tolerate a lot more in our physical environment than we should. And I got this from here. Again, we're working through Eat That Frog in the Flourish Academy podcast. Go take a listen. It's really funny. We talk about Mara's frog, like what is the one thing that she struggles to work with every day that if she just got done, it would help her. And her answer was hilarious to me because she said, you know what? The biggest thing is just getting a shower. I just can't seem to get a shower. What in the world? Take your shower and get to work. So anyway, he says, take a look at your desk, your office, both at home and at work. Ask yourself, what kind of person works in an environment like this? The cleaner and neater your work environment, the more positive, productive, and confident you feel. And that makes a huge difference in how you present yourself to the world. It comes across in everything that you do. If you think that you're hiding it from the world, you are not. How you come across in your appearance, how you take care of yourself in the environment. What does your camera bag look like when you're with a client? What does your car look like? I always have my car, I was about to say, I always wash my car the day of a wedding, but that's a lie because I don't do it. I'm getting ready for the wedding. Craig always washes the car. Make sure it's cleaned out because you never know when a bride or groom is going to be getting inside of your car. You should look at your environment and ask yourself, what kind of person lives here, works here? Is it a loser? If so, then do something about it and stop making excuses for it. And if you want to hear my take on excuses, I'm pretty hardcore. Episode 10.5, it was a special half episode where I say excuses, you know what they are? Lies. Lies you tell yourself, oh, it'll be okay. I'll get it clean tomorrow. I'll clean up those files. And then the next thing you know, you get really busy and then catastrophe happens. And you're like, why can't I get these sessions out the door? Or why can't I get this done? Because your computer crashed, because you didn't take care of it, because your files were a mess. Actions have consequences, and I want to set myself up for success every day. Now, I do have some compassion. I know that many of you have small children, and if you do, God bless you. My children are old enough now that I can say to them, get out of my office and don't mess up my things. But I understand if you have kids and toys everywhere, this can be really challenging. But is there a space that you could kind of carve out where you try to keep them out of it and you can just keep your camera equipment, your gear, your computer in an area that is sacred? So behind me, this is my workstation right here. And I told my kids when we moved into this home and we got the furniture in the office, I said, what I want you to do in your mind is pretend that there is police tape right here, and it says do not cross or you will die, because if you touch my computer or my desk or my scissors or my tape, I'm going to lose it. Why? Okay, what if my 10-year-old gets on my work computer, which has client photographs, and he starts with keys and pressing things and doesn't know how to do something and wipes out a hard drive? I mean, it could happen. Do you know how many calls I get from people, emails I get from people who say, hey, my Photoshop is doing something because my child was on my lap playing with my keyboard. They hit something, I don't know what it is. The most recent one was L. Have you ever used L in Lightroom? That's lights out. So if you press L 3 times, you'll cycle through the different lights in Lightroom, and her child had pressed it and she didn't know where all of her panels were. Press L again, they come back. But if you don't know, keep your kids away from your desk. You can do it. It's hard. I know it's hard, but you can do it. I love this book. I love, love, love this topic. I am putting, I want to say the finishing touches, but maybe not finishing touches, but I am working on my productivity and time management course, which will be released this fall. I've been teaching it for years in person, and now it's going to be online, and I'm super excited about it. But if you want to get more of a feel for how I approach this type of thing, listen to the podcast, because it's all Mar and I talk about, at least with this particular book, is procrastination, motivation, time management, personal management. I live for this stuff, because if you can get a handle on it, then you can do anything. I hope that you found this useful. Could you drop a comment and let me know what your biggest struggle is with this, and maybe I can help you. I'll see you in the next video.